Guys, I guess you all know who's coming now. He's a legendary actor, an international icon. His song Looking for Freedom is an evergreen all around the world. Give it up for Mr. David Hasselhoff.
Metal guys. I've been looking for freedom. I've been looking so long. I've been looking for freedom. Still the search goes on. You guys happy to be here? Dankeschön. This is an amazing event for me. I do a lot of Comic-Cons, and this is like the sophisticated Comic-Con. In Comic-Con, a lot of people, like, they're so sweet, you know, and they live in their closet, and they're afraid to come out because people will make fun of them or bully them. And they come out at Comic-Con and they meet someone else who looks a little bit like them, who loves David Hasselhoff. Any Knightrider fans in here? Kit, get me out of here. Knightrider's coming back. Kit's going to say, Michael, you look older. And I'm going to say, so do you, Kit. And then Kit's going to say, have things changed, Michael? And I'm going to say, yeah, all the cars talk now. Isn't that cool? All the cars talk. Isn't that what Twitch is about? You know that Sigmund Freud like had a bigger brain than all of us. And he said, don't teach your kids logic. Teach your kids imagination. I mean, the Kit car, everyone's talking to their car. I mean, we talked to the cars 30 years ago, but usually we'd curse at the cars, you know. I was one of the first drivers of the driverless car with Google. They said, get in, Mr. Hasselhoff. And I said, I have to drive myself to the hotel. And they told me to take my hands off the wheel because I was the Knightrider. And isn't that what Twitch is about? You can do anything you want. And I'm looking for someone to play a young David Hasselhoff. The Hoff. So since I was 7 years old, I never dreamt that I would talk to a car or run in slow motion with Pam Anderson, you know. Some people stand in the darkness, you know. I thought, I'm going to go to Broadway. I've been looking for freedom. You know, I mentioned the other night, I'm going on tour in Germany. I think, yeah, dude, like heavy metal. Like everybody remembers their childhood. Everybody remembers the Knightrider car. And that's what Twitch is about. We can now... I went online the other day, live, and I went, wow. And a guy goes, am I talking to the Knightrider? And I said, yeah. He says, where are you from? He goes, I'm from Turkey. And I went, what's happening in Turkey? Didn't the airport just blow up?
Excuse me, what the fuck?
And he said, yes, it did. And there was a man who got blown up that was a friend of yours. And I went, whoa, what's his name? And he wrote the name, and I knew the guy. And it was amazing how David Hasselhoff, an actor, because people always say to me, are you an actor? Are you a singer? Or do you prefer being an actor? Or do you prefer singing? And I said, no, I am an entertainer. David Hasselhoff, an actor.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Do you know how weird life is? It's great. I mean, the universe, you have to listen to what's happening around you. Because my first big gift was a go-kart, was a little car. And I grew up to become the Knightrider. I'm still talking about it 34 years later. I was online, and I was talking to everyone. I talked to people in Portugal. I talked to people in Greece. I talked to people in Lithuania. I talked to people in, a lot of people in the UK. Of course, I talked to people in Germany, because in 1989, I just happened to sing a song called Looking for Freedom to 1 million people, and it was the same month that the Berlin Wall came down. And people are we're still looking for freedom, right? So my new album is called the Knightrider, because 30 years later, we are still looking for freedom. And what are we looking for? We're looking for the freedom to be us. The freedom to be us. Let me just be David Hasselhoff. Or, let me be the Hoff. Or, let me be a father. Or let me be a good husband to my new wife. Or let me be an actor with a new series. Or let me be the Knightrider again. How cool would that be? Or let me be Mitch Buchanan from Baywatch. You know, and we come from the 80s. Everyone says, what was the 80s like? And I said, I can't remember the 80s. That's how much fun we had. If you can remember it, you weren't having fun. Anyway, I'm here to talk a little bit about Twitch. Life is not fair, right? Life is not fair. Weird stuff happens to you. Good friends, my good friends, pass away. They die of something weird like brain cancer or an accident or suicide, which is terrible right now. And I think that's one thing about Twitch. Is like, I heard a great story. Some guy was in the middle of, he was a gamer. And I did a game, by the way. Any Call of Duty fans? Yeah, I was in Call of Duty. It was awesome. But anyway, this big gamer was online, and he was in the middle of teaching other people of how to get to the next level. And one of the tweets or one of the feedbacks came through, the texts, and the guy says, yeah, I'm not doing so well. I'm going through a dark period, and I just don't know if I'm going to make it. And this gamer, he stopped everything. He stopped the game and turned and he said, what is wrong with you? I'm sure you guys have been to Comic-Con, right? And you see so many sick people and so many people who are ill. I don't know if you understand me or not, but you do have your translation thing. The theme of Knightrider. I mean, Knightrider, Ritariasa, O Justiciero, El Alto Fantastico, Supercar. It's all, todo el mundo. It's all over the world. You know, I was in a restaurant in the UK, and I had all these girls walk in wearing burqas. And I said, yeah, you know, I was in Abu Dhabi, and I took a picture with some girls in the burqas. They all knew who I was, and I was kind of showing off. And then they came upstairs, and I said, you couldn't see their faces. They would say, hello, I love Baywatch. I love Knightrider. I had a poster of you on my wall when I was 7. We had laughs. We started laughing. I took a scarf. I was wearing a scarf. It was cold. So I said, sure, I'll take a picture. So I put the scarf around my face and a hat on my head. It was like this. And they laughed. You know, they didn't say, you're insulting me. They laughed. And I think that's what the world's about today, is let's laugh a little. Let's have some fun. I mean, hello. I mean, we're only in this one time, and are we going to listen to our politicians? Did you see Marcus Lance the other night? Oh, my God. I mean, they just rap, tap, 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 you know? And all the young people want is Knightrider. There's a saying, don't jump over dollars to pick up pennies. But sometimes you should pick up those pennies. Don't worry about the money. Pick up the pennies. Sexen, Jahren, the Fangsters Lebanon. Sexen, Jahren, the Hartmann Spastaran. Hey, I know a little bit about Twitchcon because of my association with the gaming community with Call of Duty. I wish we could open this thing up to, what's it say, 0? Am I done? I think something went wrong. I said like 16 minutes ago, and now it says 0. Wait. Can't we do questions and answers? I guess we can't do that here. Hello? Time is out. Wrap up, please. Remember, look at me. I'm 66 Jahren. Da fängt das Leben an. I see you on October 3rd in my tour. Please come. And if there's a heavy metal fan in here, we're doing one song for you. Yeah! Metal guys.
Im bist der Beste.